Well, it's my honor to be here with President Johnson Sirleaf. Um, we had a chance to talk and have a bit of a update about the economic and social conditions in Liberia. Um, I had a chance to visit the president early in my tenure, and it was a striking opportunity to see how shattered a country can be, but how with the right leadership and the right commitment, it can start to climb back up the ladder of opportunity. When I visited Liberia, I not only had a chance to meet the president and her team and some people in the emerging private sector, but we went to a town hall, which the president conducts around Liberia to draw people back together, give them a sense of uniting the society, take questions. She brought her cabinet so that the people of Liberia could see government officials. It was really a model for countries that have to reunite their society. So last year, when the food and fuel crisis hit, I was particularly concerned about Liberia's situation. We were able, through a rapid financing facility that we put forward, to work with the World Food Program with a $10 million support for school feeding operations. But it's an example of what economic crisis can do to a country that is trying to repair itself. Now, this is not going to be an easy year for Liberia. The president and I talked about how some foreign direct investment plans might be slowed down because of the fall off in global demand. But she also told me some of the good news about how rebuilding the roads in Liberia had helped draw the country back together, make it easier for farmers to return to their farms and bring products to market. And we talked a little bit about the potential of the agricultural sector. Now, the story for today is one that the president covered about getting the heavy load of the debt off the back of Liberia. And here I want to congratulate the president and her team for all the efforts. As she mentioned, this wipes out $1.2 billion of debt to the external commercial creditors. As the president said, the 97% discount on the value of the debt is the steepest discount that we've ever had with country commercial debt. And this deal cuts the overall foreign debt to $1.7 billion, and that's a reduction of $3 billion over the past 2 years. And as the president said, we hope to be on track to cancel the remaining amount of debt under the HIPIC program, the Heavily Indebted Poor Countries Initiative, probably in 2010. Now, the reason why this is significant is that when you cancel the debt, you also remove all the legal inhibitions. So as part of this, the creditors drop their court judgments, they stop all court actions, and that's important to draw Liberia back into the commercial world, to stop people from using legal mechanisms from Liberia's ability to engage in the international economy. As the president mentioned, it's a good example of how multilateral institutions can innovate with new tools. We committed $17 million from the debt reduction facility of the World Bank, but we wouldn't have been able to do it without the support of the countries that the president mentioned. So I'd like to personally thank Germany for its contribution of 5 million euro, Norway, which contributed 36 million kroner, Britain contributed 5 million US dollars, and the United States also contributed 5 million US dollars. And we worked with the government of Switzerland early in the process to prepare the operation and work on some of the legal arrangements. But as the president said, we need to see this as a milestone because we still have to complete the remaining debt reduction, but we have a program to do so. But even that is just going to get the stone off the back of the people of Liberia. Then we have to help them be able to walk and run forward. And in an economic climate like this, that's not going to be easy. Based on the experience we had with that rapid financing facility in the agriculture area, we launched, and the G20 recently supported, a vulnerability financing facility. And sometimes people wonder, well, where does this money go? Why is it important? Well, an example like this will tell you why it's important, because frankly, I wish I had more resources to give to Liberia. It's at a critical stage. We have resources from something called IDA, the International Development Association, which we give in grants, but that is allocated under a formula to try to share among different countries. We're going to front load some of that assistance for Liberia, but we still have countries that haven't paid up their IDA amounts. And so it's a little hard for us to be able to support those in the poorest situation unless countries complete the legal arrangements or the appropriations for IDA so we can support it. And as I've said, we're going to need more support for the Liberias of the world. They didn't cause this financial crisis, but they're the ones that could suffer the most. And frankly, when you talk with someone like the president and her team and realize the commitments that she's poured into this to draw a country back together after 20 years of shattering of society with violence, you got to feel that a modest investment here would be worth an awful lot over time. So we hope that at our spring meetings next week, we can continue to build some support for our actions to deal with some of the social protection issues, but also infrastructure. As we talked about with the president, the right construction of roads in the region and in Liberia helps create jobs, but it also creates an opportunity to draw in foreign investors. So we have to get all the pieces of the puzzle to fit. This is a very important one, and I'd like to compliment the president again for her leadership on this and so many other issues. Thank you.